Hey everyone, thanks for jumping on. So I'm working on my kind of second workout for the day. This one's just a small one. I didn't quite get all the work in I wanted to this morning because I had a lot of stuff to do for work. So I'm working on my push-ups, trying to rebuild my chest after my injury. I'm trying to see if I can just kind of get those a little bit better perfected than what they were before. If you've been following for some time, you know I broke my neck about 2.5 months ago. So I've been recovering. The right side is atrophied, and I'm having to get it back to where it was. So I'm just kind of working on those. Let's see what we got. We got some comments. Crockett says, if you had one message to the world, what would it be? One message to the world, what would it be? Probably find purpose. Kind of put me on the spot, but I think I would say find purpose. Bumper Car says hi. Hey, Bumper Car. Cheeser retracted a bunch of messages. Aberge says do a push-up. Yeah, I'm going to. So first attempt, before you guys jumped on, I did 7. Second attempt, I did 5. So I'm going to try again. What I'm trying to do here is, because of the atrophy in the right side of my chest, my shoulder is wanting to engage and do the work. My triceps wanting to engage and do the work. I'm about to do a push-up. But I'm trying to have my right pec do the work. So that's why I'm doing a little bit of extra today. Plus, I want to get some squats in here in a minute. So I'm going to try to do a push-up, and I'm going to go slow so I can focus on contracting the pec instead of the shoulders. Yeah, the right side is lagging. I'll try for one more. I'm trying to focus on just the chest doing the work, the pec, not the shoulder. That right side is lagging still. Which is going to take time. I was talking to my physical therapist today, and he was saying probably one of the hardest muscles to rehab is the pec, because it ties into so many other muscles that once it, effectively goes to sleep, which is what happened because of the neck injury and the nerve impact, everything else that's kind of around that pec tied into it wants to do the work. And so it's one of the hardest ones to rehab, because you have to actively try to focus on the chest, but also actively try to release the muscles that connect to it. It's kind of weird. And I'm definitely experiencing that. It is weird. I went from not ever really having an issue with mind muscle connection when it came to my chest. I could do bench press, and I could do flies, I could do all kinds of stuff, and I could always feel it. But now I can't feel it here, obviously, and everything else is wanting to do the job. But thank you guys for jumping on. If you haven't hit the like button, please do. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I'd appreciate that. I just sent out another update video today. Today is day 75 post spine surgery. So hard to believe it's already been 75 days. Frustrating to think it's already been 75 days and I'm still going through the recovery process. Let's see. Julie Mala Says, oh my gosh, he's gorgeous. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. My wife certainly thinks so. And be careful, she's never far off. And she is a spicy, fiery Latina. All right, I'm going to go for another 5. It's my 4th set. Trying to turn off all the other muscles except for that pec muscle. There it is. Might be able to tell that right side is lagging. What's that, 3, 4? I think that's 4. I'm feeling it. Bruh. All right, explosive. Explosive bruh says, bruh it. Yeah, I don't know what that means, man, but welcome. Thanks for dropping in. Not hard. Yeah, it's not hard. Normally, I broke my neck recently, so I'm recovering. So it's very hard right now. My right pec has atrophied. My right tricep has atrophied. So yeah, under normal circumstances, push-ups are very simple. Under my current condition, probably the hardest workout I can do right now. I used to be able to do, no, it's all good. No offense here, man, we're good. I used to be able to do 100 in a row. Now the most I can do if I'm fresh is 10, maybe. So that's part of the reason I'm documenting this, is because obviously I want to get back to where I was at one point, but I've got a long road to go. Let me show you kind of a better angle here. If you look, I turn to the side. Let me try to set this up so you can see kind of the impacts. My right pec, which is this one, significantly smaller, not as tight of a contraction to the left side. So I'm feeling impacts. So when I broke my neck, essentially crushed the nerve. When the nerve was crushed, it turned off activation to my tricep, to my pec, and likely some other smaller muscles all connected that I'm not even really familiar with. So that's the goal. Part of the reason you see me do this is me documenting my road to recovery. I'm on day 75 since surgery, and everything has essentially started activating the way it's supposed to, except for my chest. It's just not. So you can even see from this angle, the right side right here, smaller than the left. So that's what I'm working on. It's all good. I'm not offended. I know anytime, if I were to pull up alive and saw some big dude struggling with 5 push-ups, I'd probably be like, come on, man, seriously? But this is not normal circumstances. Zane Fishing, do you like Stranger Things? No, I haven't seen it. Heard a lot about it, but I haven't seen it. Ninkaboop, you said, do you do arms on the floor? Arms on the floor? What do you mean arms on the floor? I don't know what that means. Guys, thanks for jumping in and commenting. Hit the like button if you haven't. I'm going to go for another round. I think I hit 4 last time, so I'm going to keep trying to stick to that. Trying to feel the right pec do the work. That's the one that's impacted and atrophied. Seems easy, and it's not. With the injury I had, there was a time I could crank these out, no problem. And if that's a message to anybody, don't take your health for granted. You just never know, and just like that, it changes. Mine certainly did. Guys, I did a burpee. Broke my neck doing a burpee. Who would have thought? Explosive, bruh. Do a plank if you can. Hey, honestly, that's good advice. What I'm going to do, after each rep, I'll plank for a few seconds. It gives hopefully the muscle time to sit in contraction. I appreciate that. Good idea. I'll do that here in just a minute. Nincompoop, you're the one who said do your arms on the floor. He said lay on your back, the floor with dumbbells, rest your neck to your tip top. Lay on your back on the floor with dumbbells, rest your neck to your tip top. So you're saying pull the arms in the upward direction off the floor. Is that what I'm understanding? I'm in a hotel tonight and I don't have any dumbbells. But yeah, that would definitely activate the chest too. Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I've got a gym at home. I don't know if you've followed my channel. If you haven't, subscribe. And I recently posted a video where I toured my home gym. But I'm not there today, unfortunately. I'm in a hotel. But I do have that capability in my home gym, and I've done similar exercises like that. So it is good advice. That's something I can do. But feel free to take a look, see what my home gym looks like. And hey, I'm always open to you throwing in a comment if you got another recommendation. All right, so this next round, I'm gonna do a push-up. Well, hopefully several push-ups. And I'm gonna plank in between. I'm just gonna hold the plank. Explosive Bro says, yo, used to do 100 weight, now 50, but now I can't. I can only do like 30, 35. Yeah, like I said, don't take your health for granted. Things change. We can't always do the stuff we used to do. I have a feeling there's a lot of things I won't be able to do that I once could. I mean, I think I'll get to the point where I can do 100 push-ups again. It's going to take a long time, but I'm going to work on it. But there are things that I can't do, you know. I don't know if I can ever do a barbell squat. I'm not sure I can safely put that on my back. And that's unfortunate. All right, let's try this. So I'll do a push-up, squeeze in the chest, just trying to have the pec activate, trying to turn the shoulder off, and then I'll squeeze in the plank. Try to squeeze the pec. 1, 2, 3. Try another one. Squeeze the plank. God. That's wild. So it's been about a week and a half, 2 weeks since I was cleared to even try these. So these are all pretty new. You know, I'm hoping that if you were to check in a week from now, I'll have made much better progress. I also, again, if you haven't checked my channel out, feel free to. There's a bunch of update videos. But I did go to the physical therapist this morning, and they put these little basic sticky pads. They kind of look like defibrillator pads, except really small. Put them on the parts of my chest that are atrophied the most, and they have it attached to this machine, and they crank it up, and it shoots essentially electrical impulses into my chest to make it contract, since it's not wanting to do it on my own. So no matter how hard I try, there are parts of my chest I just cannot get a contraction. So this machine does it for me. So part of the reason I'm struggling too to even get to 10, which is the most I've been able to do since having restrictions lifted. Part of the reason I can't even get close to that right now is because my chest is pretty zapped. I'm just trying to do a few of these to feel it. So I'm going to do one more set. Try to get 3 if I can. And then from there, I didn't get my 100 squats in that I wanted to get in today. So then I'll knock out my 100 squats. And I'm calling it a night. It's been a long day of work. I gotta go to bed, get up early again, and do it all over again. Lots of work, lots of travel today and tomorrow. So I'll likely be on here for probably another 10 minutes. So if you got questions, got comments to throw at me, now's the time before we end it. If you haven't hit the like button yet, please hit the like button. It helps out a lot. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Happy to hear any more advice anyone's got. I think there's something that would help. One thing I've learned in life, I'm a 40-year-old man, one thing I've learned is try to be humble, you know. You don't know everything. Even if you think you do, there's always something to learn. So I'm always open to hearing what anyone has to say. One thing I have learned from this experience, being injured and going through recovery, is I've been forced to slow down and use a lot less weight to do some of the exercises I do. And with that, I found myself educating myself better on how the muscles work and which exercises target specifically certain areas of different muscles. And um, as a result, I've seen other areas of my body develop in a positive way that I haven't before because, I had the attitude that I thought I knew everything I needed to know, but there was more. So there's always more. Always open to hear what anyone has to say. 2, 3, 4, 5. You're back. Welcome back, Explosive Bro. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, please do. If you haven't hit the like button, please do. Helps me out. Come on. There it is. Saw that right side is lagging. Holding the plank, trying to feel that right pec activate. Trying to focus on the squeeze. Yeah. Okay, there we go. All right. Explosive, bro. You said 7. Nice. What'd you mean? What'd you mean 7? Thank y'all for jumping on. So I just got done doing a few sets of just regular straight up push-ups before going to bed, trying to get some activation in that right pec. Tired of looking off. I'm tired of not being symmetrical. I'm tired of this muscle not activating the way it's supposed to. I'm on day 75 since surgery. And I'm in line with recovery standards. But, I've been training for 20 something years. I've seen some of my progress just essentially fall off since my injury and my surgery. So I'm ready to, see some of this stuff start stacking back on. Now, I'm grateful. Don't get me wrong. There's people out there who don't have hands and legs and paralyzed, whatever. So I'm certainly grateful for what I got. But it is a bit of a challenge to go from, feeling like you're essentially Superman and can do anything to now just being very, very limited. So, all right. Push-ups are done in the books for the night anyways. Now I'm going to knock out my 100 squats. I'm going to bed. It has been a long, long day. I'm tired. But I did want to make sure I knocked this out. And these lives have been interesting. I've only been doing them for about a week and a half. Didn't know what to expect. But they keep you accountable, that's for sure. They keep you encouraged. I get a lot more positive messages here than I do negative messages, which is nice. Every once in a while I get somebody who's, could probably be a little kinder, but isn't necessarily, but it is what it is, I got thick skin. I just caution you guys, be careful doing stuff like that. You never know who's really trying to be outside of their shell. You never know what you could say to them that could just put their mind in a bad space. Not everybody's able to take criticism, especially the way some of the blunt, just cold, hard criticism comes through here. So just be careful when you talk to people and what they're going through. So I plan on 21 being back on tomorrow morning as well. get a nice shoulder workout with the bands that I brought with me to the hotel. It's not ideal. I'd rather be in my gym at home, but it is better than nothing. If you haven't hit the like button, please do. Helps me out. If you got any questions about my injury, recovery, what that's been like, what exactly happened, whatever, I'm happy to answer those. I'm in a hotel tonight. This isn't my ideal workout environment, but get it where you can. It's better than nothing. There's 50 halfway. 51, 52. You know, it's real easy to make excuses for why you don't have time to get a workout in because the environment isn't good, conditions aren't right, because it's too late, too early, whatever. There's 60. But you can always make it happen if you're really determined to. And here's an instance where I didn't want to. I'm tired. It's been a really long day at work, really long day traveling. The environment is not ideal. But I said I was going to do it. There's 71. And my integrity, being a man of my word, is really important. Even if I'm just talking to myself. Because if I can't count on myself, who could count on me? Who could I count on? If I'm going to be honest, or if I'm going to be, there's 80 right there. If I'm going to commit to anybody, you'd think committing to yourself would be the person that you're definitely not going to break that with. That's the case here with me. 86, 87, 88, 89, there's 90, feeling that. 91, about to end this one here. If you didn't hit the like button, I'd really be grateful if you did. 93. If you got any questions, leave them in the comments. If we jump off of here, before you get a chance to put anything in the comments, I will post a live replay. You're always welcome to go back and watch it, ask some questions, whatever you want. There's 100 right there. And I just learned a new skill. Counting and talking at the same time. That was a little challenging. But hey, I did it. All right. Once again, I'm really grateful for everybody who takes their time to tune in and watch me as I recover back to where I once was, as I battle through my injury and get back to 100%. Grateful for you following, watching. You guys could be doing a whole lot more with your time. And I know I don't have a huge following. I think I'm almost at 330. But to me, that matters. That's 330 people who are interested and who care. I'm grateful for that. So thank you. Again, if you haven't subscribed, please do. If you hadn't hit the like button, please do. Check out the channel. A lot of fun stuff on there. Got my updates. Got my live replays. Got some funny videos. My wife, myself, my family make. There's a lot of good stuff on there. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you next time.